really good win there.
Yep.
Did you see the 10 wickets all falling in that final session there?
Not really. I think when Joshy got the 2 in a row, thought we were half a chance. The wicket was just playing a lot of tricks. So, I thought we might get a decent in rows, but didn't think we'd get 10.
Did you worry you were going to get stuck with one to come back for tomorrow at all?
Yeah, which we would have taken when we turned up today. So, it was fine. Always nice to get a couple of days off though.
Just a word on Trav and Beau and Alex as well. You guys proved it was still tricky batting out there late on day 3, and just the way they were able to apply themselves throughout those first 2 sessions.
Yeah, I thought those 3 were brilliant. They kept the scoreboard ticking over. I thought they took really good options. They were always looking to score, and really that was the difference. Turn up today thinking that wouldn't get a big lead. It was 50-50 really. Those guys took the game away from West Indies. So I thought all 3 of those were really impressive.
And Beau just being able to come into the side, he's only 5 tests into his test career, and he looks, already like a test player, and he's able to stand up in those big moments and make crucial contributions with both bat, ball, and in the slip.
That's right. I think it's getting pretty much the same as what he does for Tasmania. He seems to always contribute in some way. He's kind of knocked down the door really over his with his performances over the years in Shield cricket. It's great when you got someone like that coming to the team. They know their craft so well, and you saw that today even on a tricky wicket. And knew where his areas to score were, and he's been a fantastic asset to the team over the last 6 months.
I think Josh averages about 9 over here with the ball, so he's absolutely loving it. It was made about his prep in the lead up. What did you make of his performance today and where he's at?
Yeah, he was great. Give Joshy a wicket with any little bit in it and he finds it. Just hits the right area, ball after ball, presents a good seam. So he was fantastic. I thought he was great in Lords as well last week without perhaps the returns that he was deserved. So it's a huge asset to have him on our side as well. You got someone like he's been keeping Scotty bowling out of the side. We know how good Scotty is. So really pumped for Joshy this week.
Can you give us an idea what Steve needs to do in the next few days to get right for Granada?
Probably should ask the physio. You might know more than me, but I think it's he's had a few hits over in New York. I think just with tennis ball and Incredible. I think his wound's looking good. So I think the next stage is to come over here and hit some balls in the net. So I think we'll know more over the next few days.
Given that, I guess it's a should we? Yeah. So I take it then that he's a sure thing for the next test match. But basically, what I want to get at as well: how concerned are you? Yes, you've won the test, but how concerned are you about the top order batting, particularly let's say number 2 and number 3?
I'd say first of all, it's not a certainty. I think he's got a few things to tick off, so we'll work out the next few days. But of course, if he's fit, he'll be straight back in. I think you saw today, how tricky a wicket that was. There weren't too many 50-run partnerships throughout the whole game. Of course, the top order would like to score some more runs. I think the challenge of Test cricket is, especially for young players, when you get thrown different conditions, you've got to find a way to be effective. And I suppose, that's the challenge for our young batting group. It's, if you presented that same wicket next week, would you do anything differently? Would you not? So I think that will be the conversations over the next few days. But no, we back them in. Again, their prep leading in was excellent. The way they're talking about playing, is really good. So we've got full confidence.
Specifically on Sam, I think you probably alluded to it a little bit there in terms of the method. What did you make of the way he batted yesterday and just the mixed bag, I suppose, in terms of method? And also, do you guys as a bowling unit feel a sort of a responsibility, clearly doing a great job, but to sort of help allow these guys to find their feet and just keep getting the job done so that those guys don't have quite as much pressure on them to perform, if that makes sense?
Yeah, I think first of all, as I said, one of the hard things about playing Test cricket is you get thrown different conditions all the time, and you might not have the flying hours under your belt as a youngster coming in, so you got to kind of work out your craft, on the bigger stage. So, I think the main things about batting is you try and make it hard to get out, and make yourself hard to get out, and you try and score runs, and I think that's what will keep working with the young guys over the week, over the next little bit is, where are your options? Because that's probably the hardest thing when the pitch is doing a lot, is, getting out of your little bubble, still trying to score and taking good options, which is really hard in these conditions. You saw it today, how, how hard it can be to try and, fire a few shots. So, we'll work with the batters over the next few days. But, I think Semi, he tried a few different options yesterday. Not too many of them worked out, but full confidence. Yeah.
Roston today and Darren Sammy yesterday were very critical of the officiating, TV umpiring, particularly in this game. Have you had any concerns about consistency of decision making? I guess on balance it went against them more than you this week. Have you had any conversations with the match referee about anything?
No, of course not. No, we appeal if we think it's close. You use DRS and leave the rest up to the umpires. So some games there's a lot of 50-50 calls. Today we missed a few 50-50 calls that went against us. I think it's cricket. I think it all balances itself out.
Matt, first, congratulations on the victory. I'm Sham Samaru on the New York side. We tried to get a word or two with Steve when I get back home, but more to the question I'd like to ask. Matt, how satisfying are you that Australia has exhausted its search for
How satisfied am I that? I'm really happy with Cam Green. I think to be able to pick someone like him who's done at the top level before. He's obviously had a bit of a break, but done really well in county cricket. So I think he deserves a decent run at number 3. So we're really happy. Again, he didn't have the week that he would have liked. So we've got 5 days or so to work on that before. Obviously, we have another crack at it next week. But he's done it before. I think some of the hardest times as a young guy is if you haven't done it before, you don't have that confidence. But Greeny doesn't have to look too far in the past to see where he's done well at this level.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Pat, West Indies were 47 for 1 at one stage. Then after Campbell got out the collapse game, what was the team message like after that point?
The wicket felt like it was, fairly extreme. So, I think we had a drop catch, a couple of close LB shouts. So, we felt really in it. So just keep bowling in the good areas, let the pitch do the rest.
Pat, for tests in pretty quick succession, not many breaks between them. Do you guys see yourself pushing through all 3, or could we see Scotty or Matty Kuhneman throughout the series?
We'll give it a few days and kind of see how everyone pulls up. I don't think there's any niggles from anyone, so I dare say we'll have a full squad to choose for the second test. So again, we'll get over there, have a look at conditions and make a call. But fortunately, I don't think we need to make a kind of a S&C based decision. Everyone bowled 20 odd overs, maybe touched 30, which is fine for a test match.